it's Liz Yule from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today. I am a UK-based independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I am doing that, and if you've been following me for any time at all, sorry, my background is in the wrong place. If you follow me for any time at all, you will have heard me say this before. When I see a bandwagon rolling past, I jump on board. So the current bandwagon is a card called the Impossible card. So this is one of my versions of the Impossible card. Now the reason it is looked at as impossible is how can this be standing up? Because it clearly is it's attached, but anyway. So this one I have made using the Cake Soiree Suite, or Sweet Soiree Suite and stamp set. I'm going to use the soon to be released to customers, it's an early release, Share What You Love Suite, which is going to come in 3 bundles available to customers from the 1st of May, which is only just over a week away. In fact, no, it's about, well, it depends when I actually release this video because I film them in advance. It's about a week away. Anyway, so let's get started. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is how this works, and B, don't get phased by it, because it's really easy. So easy, and you don't even need measurements-ish. So this is a standard A6 card size. Well, actually, it's slightly short, but it fits in an A6 or C6. Technically, it's a C6 envelope. So perfect size, but you can make it in 6x6. This is the standard A6. This is a 5x7. 5x7 is a very popular size for this. I've made all of these in exactly the same way, which is with no measurements, other than knowing where the middle is. That's the only thing you need to know, is where your middle is. So let me show you how to make it. I don't even cut, I use the trimmer, because I am lazy that way. So, as I say, I'm going to use the Share What You Love bundle. I have got some measurements for you. But the first thing you need to think about, actually that's going to be a base. So this is a piece of designer series paper, and you look, can I catch that? It's got pearl on it. So beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And this is the back. So my designer series paper is 4 inches by 5.5. So this is 4 inches, this is 5.5. So I need to know where the middle is. Well, and I need to know where the middle is of this way, because that's well, you need to know both, but this is the important one. So on the back, I'm going to grab a pencil, and the back of this, so this is 4 inches, so on the back, let's get rid of the cutting blade, I'm going to line up on the 2-inch mark, and with my pencil just draw down the middle, just very gently. So can you see that line? Yes. So that's my middle. The other thing I need to do is decide how wide this bit's going to be, and it's going to be the same width over here. So I quite like 1.25 inches because it's marked here. So that is going to be one of my cuts. Well, my cut. I'm going to cut here up to my pencil line. So I'm not even drawing, I'm not even marking it in the first place, I'm just cutting. I may need to go in and just snip a little bit, but that's all I'm doing. Then I'm going to flip it over, put my blade at the top, line up to the 1.25 inches, so make sure your already cut here is at the top, and come down to your pencil line. And you can see there's a little marker there. So you can see where your pencil line is. Yeah. Then, get rid of that. Line up the middle again. And actually, if I do it so that the cut sides are over to the left, I'm going to line up that pencil line, line up on the cut line with my marker on my scoring blade, and just score between the 2 cut marks. Then, so we are 5.5 inches across, so half of 5.5 is 2 1/4. Let's get our cutting blade up at the top. Let's come down 5.5. Hang on, no, 5.5 is half of 5.5 is 2 3/4. Always good to know these things. So then just come down to that line, which is now scored. So it actually, so long as you know what your halfway marks are, which clearly I don't, you're good to go. So the only other thing you just need to make sure is that you are on your score line there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to twist. So you're going to take this piece, the large piece here, and you're going to twist it underneath, and then you're going to fold that flat. And then you're going to burnish there and there. That's it. It's as simple as that. Then come in with a good eraser, rubber. When do we start calling them erasers? I know they erase, but it's a rubber. It's made of rubber. So just take out your pencil line, and because we didn't draw the other lines in, we've got fewer marks to get rid of. So that is our basic card. Now, I'm going to start dressing it up. This is coming in the new catalogue, and it's our new corner punch. So I'm just going to corner punch each of the corners. And the key to this is you want to push it flat. Don't push it on the corner. Push it flat, and then you get a nice corner. Then with my card base, my piece of card, this is 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. So it's 1/4 of an inch larger in each of the two directions, and I'm just going to corner around that. This is just to show you there is another way of giving a bit of stability, particularly if you're using paper as your base. You may want a bit of stability on your card. Adding these bridges does help. I'm going to add those as well anyway. So that's our basic card base. We can get that stuck down. Do remember which bits you're sticking down. You do not want to stick down the bits that are supposed to be loose. So you can obviously use a wet adhesive if you would prefer, which will give you some wiggle room, and I may regret doing this to work this out. That's it. Right, okay, moment of truth time. Just let it all relax, and then just press, and you've got this nice piece flapping loose. Right, okay, now I'm going to do some stamping. I've worked out, let's bring it in. So here's my envelope that I'm going to use. So you need to work out how far above your flap you can go, and I can go that much and still get it in my envelope. So these are the pieces that I'm going to have from my stamping. Of course I could have rounded. Can I get that in the corner rounder? Just. I am going to corner round these. It's probably a better idea to do this before you stick it all down, because this is much better to use flat. Note to self, do this before you stick it all down. But I got away with it, so that's all right. Right, okay. So, what was that for? It always worries me when I find a piece of card. Right, okay. Let's ignore that. Right, piece of scrap paper. These are my two, well, one piece for stamping, one piece for sticking on the back. So I'm going to grab from the Love What You Do stamp set. Don't need the corner rounder anymore. This piece, possibly need the larger block, but it'll be fine. Then, I've already got my inks ready, so let's use the ones I've got ready rather than worrying about it. So I'm going to start with, well, well, shall I? No, actually, I'm going to start with mint macaron. It's back! Now, I already had a pad, so I'm happy. Actually, I'm going to pop that so that it's got the narrower bit. So ink that up, and then I'm going to pop that so that this is the top, so that the edge is at the edge of the stamp is at the top. So that's my mint macaron layer. Then I want a block for that. So this is one of the leaves, and I'm going to use Tranquil Tide for that because I want to tie this in with this colouring that we've got here. So Tranquil Tide, and just pop that over there. So that's that done. Actually, I need that again because I'm then going to, on my piece of, now how big are these? 2.5 by 2 1/4, so 2.5 wide by 2 1/4 deep. Then I've got this piece is 1 1/8 by 3 inches, and the designer series paper is 1 1/4 by 3 1/8. So grab this. This is the Love What You Do. Yes, couldn't decide which end to stamp it. So Love What You Do. Don't need that. Baby block. And these little flowers. So I don't need that anymore. So saffron. So remember, these are in bundles. You can put the bundles in a starter kit and get amazing value for money. Particularly the large bundle, which will fit very nicely into a starter kit. And because you get so much free product in the bundle anyway, you can end up with it's about 150, 155 pounds worth of product in your starter kit, rather than the usual 130, and it costs £99 to have it delivered to your door because we do not charge postage on the starter kit. Right, okay, so I'm going to add adhesive all the way around here. And then pop this in the middle of my flap. And I'm not worrying that I'm going over the edge at the top and that I've got glue here for once. And I'm going to add adhesive to this, making sure that I do put adhesive at the very top. And then this, we want to line up with that piece that we've already got. Yep. And then you can write here. So that's our nice standy up bit. And this, I just need to add adhesive to this. Pop this here. Add adhesive to the back of that. And pop that. Do I want it there? There, I think. Right, so there we go. And fingers crossed. Yay! Fits! And in the UK, this would count as a standard letter. So no expensive postage. Now, of course, I would say stamp here as well. In fact, let's do that because we can. So, scrap of paper, and let's bring that back in. Let's bring that back in. So, mint macaron. Ink it up properly. stamp that there. I'm also going to, actually no, I won't put, actually no, I will. Stamp it there. Get rid of that. Tranquil Tide. Pop that there. And pop that there. So, just dressing up your envelope a bit. So there we are, our finished projects. Clear some of the stuff out of the way. So this was the one I made first without the backing card. This is the one I've made with the backing card. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you found it useful. So here's a 5x7. So this is half of 7, would be 3.5. And I just did an arbitrary there. And this is 5, so this is 2.5. 6x6, half of 6 is 3, so it's 3 on each edge, and then just whatever you want here. This, you just, so long as these two bits are the same width, you're good to go. So it's an easy card to make, and you don't even really have to think about measurements too much. So if you enjoyed that, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more of my projects and more of my tips, the subscribe button is about there. So click on that, and you will then know when I have a new video up. If you would like any of the products, if you would like a starter kit and join my team, then pop over to my website. The link for that is immediately below in the description bar. I am aiming for Greece. Whether I get there is as much as anything dependent on you guys. If you would like to help me get there, I would be very appreciative. I always, whenever anyone shops with me, everyone, however large or small your order, you will get a thank you card and a thank you gift from me. If you use the hostess code and your order is under £150, then you also get to share in the hostess rewards. And I just select what I'm going to send out each month. For my Marvellous March shoppers, they got a stamp set, just to give you an idea of the sorts of things I send out. But it could be stamp sets, it could be ribbon, it could be designer series paper, it could be all sorts of things. So if you're spending over £150, then remember that you become your own host, so you don't really want to use my hostess code. You can. Until the end of March, I am doing a prize draw where you can win a full set of the current, before the revamp, current Many Marvellous markers. They are £99 in the catalogue, and for every £25 you spend using the hostess code, you will get an entry into the prize draw, and that's 20. I will add up, if you place 2 or 3 orders over the whole month of April, I will add those up and divide by 25, and that's the number of entries you'll get. If you spend over £150, I'll still enter you into the draw if you don't use the hostess code, and I would urge you to be your own host, because then you get to choose what you want. But I will still enter you in the draw, but it will just be the one entry, because this is really to try and help encourage people to use the hostess code, because a number of people don't use it, and you're losing out. If you put no contact, I can't enter you in the draw because I can't send you anything. So just bear that in mind as well. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I will see you again soon.